RCK Productions.
What is up? Need for Speed Racers. It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut. $1 Billion Builds, episode 17. It's the Mercury Cougar. I'm building every car in every class for you, so that way, no matter what you want, we've got you set up here. The Cougar is a spicy one because it's decent at B class, pretty good at A+, and I've got something wild for you guys in S. And then we just don't talk about S+. But overall, it's pretty good. Let's dig into it. Let me show you what we've got. Stay with me on the B class build. I'm going to do both the drift and the grip together here, so pay attention, folks. For the performance, the engine that we're using is the first engine over. It is the Iron Basic 4.7 liter V8, 225 brake horsepower when we start, and we double it. And then some. Now, it is a cheese build at B. Says it does 130. With Redline Tech, it'll do about 134, 135, and you can go above that with a little bit of boost, so it's actually really competitive. I was walking, kids, and I've got some gameplay footage at the end of the B-Class video just for you guys. You've been asking for some footage of me racing, so I'm going to try to tuck at least one race into these videos going forward. That being said, B-Class build, we do Silver Pro Induction, Elite Platinum ECU, Super Gold Fuel System, and then Iron Basic Exhaust. And naturally aspirated, so that is the first option. That is the Iron Basic no nothing induction on this engine. Now we had extra points to play with, so we do Elite Platinum Nitrous, Elite Platinum Road Suspension, Silver Pro Brakes because we had extra points, and then Elite Platinum Grip Tires. We run an Iron Basic clutch for the grip, and then we do the stock Sport Bronze 3-speed transmission, which for B class is pretty tight. And then make sure that you slap in the Elite Platinum differential so that way you get the most out of the handling slider. And then auxiliaries is yes. Handling all the way to the left, 60% grip, full Beyonce, steering sensitivity, whatever you do you. Downforce all the way high, or there, or there, or there, or there, or there. You can pretty much do anything with it other than like the last few clicks to the right. So just have your downforce somewhere in that zone. Now, if you're a drifty boy, check it out. You get to do a couple extra little pieces. It doesn't really make a huge impact because it's whatever, but you're going to slap on your drift tires like you do. You're going to come over here, you're going to slap on an Elite clutch, because as you drag that slider to the right, as long as you are at least 55% drift or more, it fits in the class no problem. So 50 or 60% drift, no big deal. Everything else is the same, and you're good to go. It's all the same horsepower and performance, but you do get that nice clutch, but it's only got 3 gears, so it really doesn't make that big of a difference. But we had extra points, so send it. 130 is the top speed, like I say, with Redline Tech, 135, give or take. 595 on the horsepower, 682 on the torque. If you've already built this car from the previous build on the channel, changed it up a little bit, found a little more horsepower, feels pretty good. I'm really happy with it. And so it just goes to show that we are constantly innovating. And once we started doing naturally aspirated builds and finding some ways for that, this car really does well in testing. And so it was, because of the extra horsepower, a little bit faster on the straightaways, and so that was worth it. Alright, stay tuned for the gameplay footage. I've got a quick clip, one race for you guys in B class, and then we will jump into the A class build. I like the look of this. I don't like the look of that. Like, that's pretty rough. We got some orange panda wheels on a rust bucket paint job. Like, quick shift into second. I let the car settle before I started laying in the nitrous. Alright, good straightaway here. Start redline teching up. 34 is what we got. I should be able to hit 37 or 130. Oh, dead. Immediately murdered. Unlucky. Yo! Very fast, very furious. I like that move. That's tight. Oh, he's drifting? Bro, no wonder you slow. Okay, dude. You want to play the video game? Let's play the video game. He got me in the quarter panel. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. The race is on. This is what we're going to end up putting on film just because you've asked for it, sir. He raced me clean. Okay, maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't have an opportunity to take me out in previous races. Oh, we're gonna chill. Oh, I was gonna... Yeah, suck it, nerd. Woo! Let's go. I was gonna say he raced me clean the other races, but maybe he didn't have an opportunity to race me dirty because I was too far ahead. Oh well. We're gonna... I'm tempted to slow down, but I'll do it at the finish line. Anyway, sorry. My inner burnout revealed itself. I was gonna finish, or just sit at the finish, but fuck it, we will just finish. So anyway, shout out to our man Trippy. Payback's a bitch. Sorry you got walked. That was fun though. A little more excitement. We like that. Alright, let's move on to A-Class. Show you what we got. Sometimes we get a little spicy, and you crash into me, I crash into you. We have some fun with it. So, I had other clips where I just dusted them. You didn't even see my opponents in the races. But that one was fun. Anyway, A-Class is before us. I'll be honest, don't build it. It sucks at A. It's literally worse than the B-Class car. But to make it work in A, we had to add better top speed. And by adding the top speed, we had to take away power to make it fit. So, definition of a cheese build, if you take the B car and add 1 mile an hour extra performance, it takes it into A+. And so to make it fit in A, we had to nerf the thing. But here's the nerf. And I'll show you guys the grip, and you guys can do whatever you want with it. If you're a drifty boy, put on the tires, slide to the right, you're fine. Same engine. It is the stock 4.7 liter V8. Iron Basic, first one over. You'll see that it's already got less power. Yay. It is Silver Pro Induction, Elite Platinum ECU, Silver Pro Fuel System, and then Iron Basic, both exhaust, and then naturally aspirated, so Iron Basic part there. We do remove the nitrous, so we're back down to Sport Bronze, Elite Platinum Road Suspension, Iron Basic brakes, because we don't have the extra points, and then it's Elite Platinum grip tires, Iron Basic clutch, keep the transmission in the Bronze category, but we move up to the 4-speed. The reason we had to do the 4-speed is with the 3-speed, we were capped. It was either 130 or 131 A+. There was no middle ground there, because as we started adding power to get that speed up, it just took us way out of the class. So, slap in the 4-speed, it makes it somewhat competitive at A-Class, but it's really not worth it. But here we are. So then it's Elite Platinum differential to get the most out of the handling slider, and then auxiliaries is yes. Slide the slider, you can go all the way grip, or you can put on drift tires and you can go all the way drift. It does not matter with this one. It really is a waste of space, but because I build it in every class, I wanted to have it for you guys. I really tried to find a way to make this viable in A-Class, and you just can't do it. Your best bet, really, is to keep the B-Class build, and then just add a little bit extra brakes, and get it up into A-Class, barely, and it'll actually outperform this one. On some of the tracks, anyway. Okay, cool. Yeah, so A-Class, waste of space. Let's get to A+. I've got some crazy shit to show you there. Wild. So buckle up, Buttercup. This shit will blow your pants off. It's off-road. If you're a gripper, know your tracks. Happy boy. It just doesn't set up well for grip. You end up sacrificing so many points and power. It just was like Omega mid. At least this is scuffed and insane. So know your tracks. Buena Vista, Long Climb, Track Day Special. Any track where you can cut the road and get off-road and just bomb crazy lines. This is it. And then I've got a drift build that's actually pretty good as well that Slide provided to me. So let me show you everything we got here. But we're going to start with the off-road shit. Okay, so the engine that we're going to do in the first build, it's the slower of the two, but it has a lot more torque. So I want to show it to you. And it's the same to what we already had on the channel. So if you've already got this build, nothing new here, boys. But it's the 7.2 liter V8 Iron Basic 390 brake horsepower. When we start, we go crazy from there. Parts, Elite Platinum, all of it, every single part for the engine. So boom, 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 all the way Elite Platinum. Make sure you put in the screw. We're good to go. Elite Platinum off-road suspension. We had extra points, so put in the Sport Bronze brakes, and then Elite Platinum off-road tires. We're getting crazy here. Just clutch, whatever, stock. because it's got 3 speeds. Make sure you put in the 3-speed transmission. Everybody's going to be in my comments, oh, Cornnut, I don't know why it's worked. It puts me into S+, and it's like it's not working. You have the 7-speed in, my young child. Please follow instructions. It's not that hard. I feel bad for teachers today, because if you guys can't follow a YouTube video, pay attention in class for 8 hours must be unachievable. Anyway, I digress. Elite Platinum Differential. We need it. Auxiliaries, yes. Handling, all the way, 40% grip, good luck, buttercup, it's going to be wild. Steering sensitivity, you do you. Downforce, 1 click from all the way low is the last of the 269s. And so, I was trying to get the most out of the acceleration side of things, so no downforce on this one. But, this has 164 top speed. It'll redline around 170, but it likes to just sit there and bounce because of the way this transmission is. 1201 on the horsepower, 1308 on the torque. It is nuts. Like, this thing gets into 3rd gear at about 110 and then just pulls. It's wild. Not my favorite engine though. The engine that I'm going to recommend actually is the 7.0 liter V12. It is the 820 brake horsepower motor when we start. Super gold. It's all the way to the right, back 1. It has got basically identical horsepower, a little bit more, way less torque. Does 2 things. It hooks up a little better when accelerating, just doesn't burn the tires off. That's nice. And it's got a better top speed. It'll do 175, give or take. And so it's a little better overall for the A+ class because it's a little faster. The build for that is same deal. Elite Platinum first 5, so Elite Platinum induction, ECU, fuel system, and exhaust, and then slap in the screw supercharger. Bronze nitrous because we didn't have any room, and then off-road Elite Platinum suspension and tires, and then for the brakes you can go nowhere, you're stuck there. And then no clutch, and then keep the 3-speed. Basically the same build, you just buy that engine and then you don't get nitrous. This is better. It has a higher top speed by far, so you can just sit there and rev bang and still be faster than the other car. And there's really not a huge discernible difference between the two once you get rolling, because they both burn the tires off. So it's like whatever. But I wanted to show you both because somebody inevitably would be showing like, oh, Cornnut, I've got the 7.2 liter and it's got a million billion torque. You didn't put it in your video. Yeah, there's a reason that I recommend this one over the other one. I know the other one exists. I build with every engine. But this is the engine that I think is better for racing, and that's why I bring it to you guys. Now let me show you what we have for the drift setup, because it's a little different. All right, drift build, it's scuffed from the floor up, but it's kind of the only way to make it all fit and go zoom zoom. So SlideQT provided this to me, and I had to convert everything to oppression units to make sure that I could actually get everything to fit, because I was a little confused. Here we go. Engines. It is the first engine is the 4.7 liter V8. It is the Iron Basic motor, 1081 on the horsepower, 1168 on the torque when we're done with this puppy. So it's still got a lot of power for A+. 178 is the top speed. That's the kicker here. It's actually pretty damn competitive at A+. Parts, it's Elite Platinum, all of it. So Elite Platinum, induction, ECU, fuel system, exhaust, and then screw it, Silver Pro nitrous, because we had extra points. Elite Platinum suspension, not road, not off-road, just springs. Iron Basic, nothing in the brakes, and then Silver Pro drift tires. There was no room for us to make any higher tier tire fit, even if we took away the nitrous. So at the end of the day, this is what you get. It's spicy. No clutch, and then 5-speed transmission to get it all to work with the top speed that we've got in it. So Sport Bronze, 5-speed. Drifty boys, good luck. It's wild. Differential, yes. Handling slider, 85% drift. So slide it to the right, guys. You can go higher. You cannot go lower. So anywhere in there is great, but 85 is your low point. If you go lower than that, it takes it into S class. Steering sensitivity, good luck. Downforce all the way high or there. It's the last 2 clicks. I tried to drive it. I can't. Slide can. He's pretty fast with it. It's, if you're a drifter, it's a really pretty good off-meta car, but it's kind of scuffed to get it here. Not something I would normally set up this way, but we were chasing a top speed that was relative to the other parts of the class and still keeping it competitive with acceleration. So get what you get. Don't throw a fit. Don't bitch at me. I don't care. 178 top speed. Pretty solid. It'll redline tech to about 180. That's pretty fast for A+ class. Like I said, 1081 on the horsepower, 1168 on the torque. It goes. Let me show you what we've got cooking in S. Maxed out these engines. There's a little bit to play with on the transmission side of things. The keen-eyed viewer that you are already knows where this shit's going. So let me just show you what we've got. S-Class is where it stops. Okay. Anyway, let's go. S plus grip, or S-Class grip, not S plus. 7.2 liter V8, second engine over. Same horsepower as A plus class, but we put actual grip parts on it. So Elite Platinum all of it with the screw and perfect nitrous. Elite Platinum road suspension, fuck brakes. Elite Platinum grip tires. We don't care about the clutch because we out here. 5-speed transmission, you need it. We are chasing top speed so that way we can make it work. So 5-speed fits really good. We can't make those two fit. It takes it way out of the class. So Sport Bronze 5-speed. This many. Elite Platinum diff, you want it. Auxiliaries, equip them. Slide the slider full Beyonce to the left, 60% grip, steering sensitivity, good luck boys, it's rowdy. Downforce all the way high is where I've got it. You kind of want that downforce, I felt like when I was driving it. You can go a couple different places with it, but in earnest, it's a little rowdy, so I was trying to keep it tame. It doesn't really matter. You're gonna... It's one of those. Traction control off, drift, entry, brake, tap. Cool. That is going to be the S-Class grip build. 196 top speed. It'll do well over 200. It's pretty damn fast. 1201 on the horsepower, same as A+. 1308 on the torque, same as A+. Weird. It's almost like S+ is going to be a meme. Okay, let me show you what we have for drift because it is really very different. It's rowdy as hell. It's literally insane. You can do the same thing. You just put drift tires on, slide to the right. But I found another way to build this car that if you are brave enough, it'll do like 216 or 217 with Redline Tech. It's kind of insane. Let me show you what we got. For the record, I didn't say this was good, but it is fast. Okay. Engine. Last engine over. 6.3 liter V12. We crank it up. 1449 is your horsepower when we're all said and done. You can build the other engine with 1200, but like, why not go to 14? Higher number, more better. Like I said, we're maxing this shit out in S-Class, so you know what's gonna happen when we get to S+. Parts, Elite Platinum, all of it, because that's what that engine comes with. Slap in the single turbo. It's the only way to get it to fit. Good luck. Sport Bronze Nitrous, Elite Platinum road suspension, drift tires because we out here. Clutch, none. 3-speed transmission. This car has got such a high red line that the 3-speed is the only transmission that fits. Everything else is S+ with it. Differential, yeah, you need the Elite Platinum one because we slide the slider a long ways. Auxiliaries, put them in there. Handling, slide the slider 100% to the right. This is full drift. It is wild, but it is really fast. Like I said, I got like 216 out of it with some Redline Tech. It's kind of unreasonable. Steering sensitivity, yo, do you. Downforce all the way high. That's pretty much the only place I would recommend this. And yeah, you guys can do a few spots with it there, but just crank it up. So 100% drift, 100% downforce, and prayer. Traction control off, drift entries, brake tap. What that gives you is 1449 on the horsepower, 855 on the torque. It says 209, it redline tech's above 216. It's really freaking fast, but not necessarily good. You can take the grip build and slap drift tires on it. You shouldn't be building this at S-Class anyway, but whatever, you guys do you. Okay, let's go look at S+. Man, do I love S+. It's just such a great class with so many competitive cars, and they all just slay the Regera, you know, because S+ rocks. So the best engine for S+ is going to actually be the last engine over, the one we just used for the drift build in S-Class, because it's the same whatever fuck we out here. I tried them all. Basically, a case could be made for that because it's got a little more torque, but top speed, a little less. Honestly, doesn't fucking matter. Don't drive it in S Plus. Just don't do it. You're gonna do it anyway because you guys don't listen. It's whatever. It's fine. It's S Plus. So that being said, cool. Last engine over. Do that. Oh, what a surprise! It's all Elite Platinum parts because S Plus. That's all we do. Yeah. Screw it with the turbo, and it doesn't matter. You can. It doesn't matter. Buy anything you want. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Road suspension if you so do choose. Grip tires if you grip. Drift tires if you drift. Slide the slider wherever the fuck you want. Doesn't matter. Doesn't change anything. You can't even get this thing all the way to 400 plus. So like, cool. Yeah, clutch. Put one in there. Transmission 7, 5, 6. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. It literally does the same speed, like from 4 speed to 7 speed, all same speed. It doesn't matter. It's waste. It's handling. Yes, it has it. You can do that. It's really tight because S Plus has everything you could ever want. Okay, tight. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Drop a comment down below. I don't care what you say. Just say something awesome like, hey, this car is the best S Plus ever. Anybody who's sleeping on this car obviously doesn't know how to play the video game. Just wild shit that people will read in the comments later and be like, man, I'm gonna have to check out this S Plus build. Alright. Thanks. See you next time.